Fire!
To be or not to be.
Hey, welcome World Entertainment. And is Star Trek about to get the Great Reset? Is it actually about to get all of Alex Kurtzman's modern garbage Star Trek cancelled? Well, that is, according to a new rumour, what is going to be the case. Now, there's interesting things to do with this. There's reasons it's happening, but it's also one of these, it's not exactly going to happen anytime soon. But we're going to have a look at this article that talks about this and see where this rumour comes from and what exactly is happening. So it's saying, following up on claims that Trump saved Star Trek, now it's said that Paramount may actually be cancelling the entire current franchise amid a rumoured Great Reset involving the acquisition by Skydance. Now, just before we go on, we have heard quite a lot about Skydance not happy with Kurtzman's Trek and that they have been discussing getting rid of it, basically. But anyway, it says the gist of it is that it's a similar story to what happened at Disney Plus with Marvel and Star Wars. Lots of money spent, but not enough return due to questionable content. When Paramount Plus first launched, it was marketed as the home of Star Trek. However, fans tuned out following the disaster of content and shows from Alex Kurtzman, which were less about telling quality Trek stories and more about sending the message. It's exactly what happened with Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars and Kevin Feige and Marvel. No one is watching. And yes, we've heard multiple times about Kurtzman. You can see the clips yourself of him saying it's not about Star Trek anymore. It's about using the brand as a platform to tell our messaging. So it's saying back to Star Trek, we get inside information again from the Tachyon Pulse YouTuber. Recall how the YouTuber said he was contacted by Anson Mount following claims that the Trump administration indirectly caused reshoots on the upcoming season of Strange New Worlds. The YouTuber has also dropped scoops regarding Karl Urban returning to Dread and the future of Doctor Who, Stargate, and said the big AVP crossover was happening. Now, the thing to keep in mind with the whole Trump administration indirectly causing reshoots, this was when Trump came in and said we're scrapping it and making it basically illegal for companies to do DEI hiring and all that type of practices. They all jumped on to the bandwagon and said, oh, Star Trek is being saved because they've gone in and they're starting to reshoot season 3. That's why it's been delayed. And that's not really the case. They didn't do reshoots. They were filming the next season because they are filming them back to back. So that's what that was. There's nothing in here about what Anson Mount said to this guy when he got in contact with him, which I do believe I did see somewhere at one stage saying that he denied reshoots. But either way, it says, in a now video titled Paramount to End Star Trek TV Shows, the YouTuber goes over what his Skydance contact told him about Star Trek. The YouTuber says Skydance may not renew once Kurtzman's contract ends. So this is what they're getting around to. So this is what he said. I've literally just got off a call with my main guy or girl over at Skydance. They've been feeding me little bits of information for a little while now, and they have once again come through and told me about a lot of what's going on. They are leaning very heavily towards not renewing the contract with Secret Hideout to produce Star Trek and not actually pursuing further Star Trek projects particularly quickly. Now, what that part means is this isn't they're going to end the contract, end all of Kurtzman's Trek, and just immediately announce a relaunch and a reboot of Star Trek. They're actually going to wait, figure things out. That's what that means. So it's saying, according to the YouTuber, Skydance has reviewed all of Paramount's major franchises, including Star Trek. And again, just like Marvel and Star Wars at Disney, what they found is that Star Trek is not performing well enough to justify the cost. While Disney pulled back on volume and budgets, Skydance may take it further. This is what he said to that. They looked at Star Trek, they looked at the fan base and how we're quite divided and how basically much it costs for them to produce Star Trek compared to the return, and that's not being good. Star Trek doesn't perform. Strange New Worlds didn't even do it. And generally speaking, that's probably the most popular of all the current Star Trek iterations. So it costs too much to make and not enough people are watching it. Which, of course, that is one of the biggest complaints that there's been for quite a long time regarding Alex Kurtzman is he spends money like it grows on trees. And people are getting sick of it. It's like he just keeps pumping money into things. But it's saying anyway, reportedly, once Kurtzman's contract ends around mid-2027, all his Star Trek shows will be cancelled and any movies in development are off the table except maybe the prequel. Now that part right there is the part where you go, oh, so this isn't happening anytime soon because mid-2027 is when his contract ends. Realistically, everything that's in production right now under his watch for Star Trek will probably be done by then anyway, so it's not exactly like you're cancelling it. It just sounds like once his contract runs out, they're not going to re-up it. They're not going to re-up any of his shows. And they're just going to sit and wait and then relaunch Star Trek. That's what it sounds like. But Tachyon Pulse said this anyway. I'm being told Star Trek 4 isn't going to happen. But the prequel movie probably will still move forward. Roughly in the summer of 2027, we will get the last season of Strange New Worlds. That may be the last Star Trek series we get on our screens for a very, very long time. Now, he goes over a lot of other stuff, but it's kind of just whatever. The thing about 2027 being when the final season for Strange New Worlds will come out, I don't know how he figures that out because, again, they are filming the next season already. They've been filming it for quite a while. So that I don't understand why it would take until 2027 for that to come out. It should probably be ready for by the end of next year. Then he's saying that will be the last one to come out for quite a while. That also shouldn't be the case because Starfleet Academy, of course, will be coming out. First season should be dropping next year, which is, of course, 2026. But season 2, and it already does have a season 2 commissioned and greenlit, that would probably come out in 2027. So I'm not quite sure how he thinks Strange New Worlds will be the last thing on the screens. As for Star Trek 4 not happening, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. We've known that since 2016 when Beyond completely bombed at the box office. And the fact that every single year since they have announced Star Trek 4. Every single year. To the point, was it 2020? When J.J. Abrams said, oh yeah, we're filming this summer. And it was like, are you? And then the cast got asked, they're like, it's the first we've heard of it, don't even have a contract. So, yeah, it's no surprise that's not happening. As for that prequel movie, we actually haven't heard anything about that in a very, very long time, actually. So, we don't actually know whether that's still moving forward or not. Now, the one thing he does bring up in this, and it's something I think does lean more into an idea that they would go down, is will Skydance actually put it to bed for a few years, 5, 6, maybe even 10 years, then not just bring it back, but actually try and license it out to other companies. That seems to be what they're kind of hinting at doing, is that, hey, we'll let this lie, take a break, make people miss it. We don't want to rush into it, get it done right, but let's see if we can get other people to invest in it. So we're not just taking all the risks and stuff like that. Either way, Kurtzman Trek, yeah, it needs to be put to bed because it's a disaster. It's been a disaster since it launched. It's been nothing but a disaster. The only shining light out of it all was season 3 of Picard, and the irony with that was, well, it worked because Kurtzman actually had nothing to do with it. Him and Akiva Goldsman walked away to do their own crap and left Terry Matalas on his own to do it, and he actually managed to make a Star Trek show look and feel like a Star Trek show. Either way though, get rid of it all. As far as I'm concerned anyway, none of Kurtzman's Trek is canon, and through all their dates and stuff they set up, it's proved that it's not canon. So just get rid of it, and don't relaunch it in terms of, oh, it's Kirk's first mission again and stuff. No. You bring it back, but you bring it back in a prime timeline, but you put it in the future. Let's move to the 25th century, maybe even the 26th century. That's what you do. We'll have to wait and actually see what it happens with all this. But as we said there, if it's down to Kurtzman's contract ending, yeah, that's happening in 2027. So it's not getting cancelled or anything like that anytime soon. But if they were wise, they would just pull the plug on it now. We'll wait and see what happens. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Live long and prosper, and I'll catch you in the next one.